In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, finding your sense of balance can seem like an overwhelming task. This is where the timeless wisdom of Stoicism comes into play. Far from just a helpful philosophy, Stoicism is essential for maintaining personal stability. It teaches us that the only true possession we have is the power to control our responses to the world around us. Every day, we are bombarded by subtle forces trying to shape our thoughts, actions, and desires. These forces aren't random. They are deliberately used by individuals and institutions aiming to manipulate our reactions for their benefit. Today, we're diving into how to stay true to yourself in the face of these influences. It's not just about identifying these manipulative tactics, but mastering how to counteract them. The goal is to ensure your decisions are a reflection of your true self, not the forces pulling at you from all sides. We'll explore 10 Stoic strategies designed to help you maintain your autonomy and live a life aligned with your values, free from the unseen forces that try to dictate your actions. From emotional manipulation to the overload of information we face daily, we'll uncover how the modern world's common traps can be sidestepped with grace and wisdom. This journey isn't just about avoiding tricks, it's about empowerment. Armed with Stoic principles, you'll learn how to make decisions based on your core beliefs, not on outside pressure. Let's explore these Stoic strategies together and take actionable steps towards personal freedom. The courage to apply these insights in daily life will help you stay grounded, no matter what's happening around you. 1. Emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is often subtle, hard to notice until you find yourself emotionally drained, wondering how you ended up there. Imagine sailing on a calm sea, your emotions steady, when suddenly waves of fear, guilt, or joy rise up, pushing you off course. Skilled manipulators know how to stir these emotional waves to destabilize you and make you more susceptible to their influence. To navigate these emotional waters, Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-awareness. Knowing your triggers, strengths, and vulnerabilities is like a compass that helps you stay on course. Recognizing when you're being manipulated emotionally is key. If someone praises you excessively and then asks for a favor, leaving you feeling indebted, that's manipulation. Setting clear boundaries is another Stoic strategy. Just as a sailor draws a line in the sand to mark safe boundaries, you can do the same with your emotional space. Saying no without guilt is vital for protecting your mental health and maintaining control over your life. Preparing mentally for interactions that could be manipulative allows you to respond from a place of strength rather than vulnerability. This practice of self-reflection, combined with setting boundaries, helps you navigate emotional manipulation and grow stronger over time. 2. Logical fallacies. During heated debates, it's common for someone to attack your character rather than address the argument at hand. This is called an ad hominem fallacy. Other common fallacies include hasty generalizations, where one person's actions are used to stereotype an entire group. These fallacies distort reality and can lead to misguided beliefs and prejudices. Stoicism teaches us to value reason and clarity. To guard against logical fallacies, we must cultivate a mindset that prizes rationality and critical thinking. It's essential to question the logic behind claims, seek evidence, and think critically before forming conclusions. By practicing Stoic principles, you can engage in more productive, reasoned discussions that respect the truth and avoid misleading ideas. Recognizing fallacies in your own thinking is just as important, as emotions can easily cloud our judgment, especially when stakes are high. 3. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a manipulation tactic where your reality is questioned, making you doubt your perceptions and memory. Imagine walking into your home to find the furniture moved, but everyone insists it hasn't been touched. Over time, these contradictions can make you question your sanity. Stoicism offers a powerful defense against gaslighting. By focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts, perceptions, and reactions, we gain the ability to resist these manipulative tactics. One effective strategy is to keep a journal of important interactions to confirm your memories and reflect on experiences without emotional bias. It's also crucial to seek validation from trusted friends or a therapist, as their perspective can help ground you in reality. Your perception of the world forms the foundation of your actions and decisions, so protecting this foundation is vital. Gaslighting challenges your sense of self, but with Stoic wisdom and these strategies, you can maintain your autonomy and preserve your integrity. By applying these Stoic teachings, you can regain control over your thoughts, emotions, and decisions, ensuring that you remain true to yourself in a world full of distractions and manipulation. The Stoic path is one of clarity, strength, and authenticity, traits that help you weather the storms of life with grace and wisdom. In a world where subtle manipulations can influence your thoughts and actions, the power to defend your mind remains crucial. One way to maintain control is by keeping a record of your thoughts and decisions. Writing things down can serve as a reflection tool, enabling you to track the evolution of your choices and avoid being swayed by external influences. Consulting trusted friends and relying on your instincts also plays a significant role. These actions align with Stoic principles, helping to preserve not only your sanity, but also your inner tranquility. Group pressure is another force we must contend with, though it often operates quietly and unnoticed. It subtly nudges us toward conformity, drawing us away from our true preferences. It's like being carried by a current, unknowingly drifting further from your chosen path. This force is potent because it appeals to our innate need to belong and be accepted by others, making it easier to follow the crowd, even when it goes against your core beliefs. Stoicism, which centers around inner fortitude and ethical living, offers a guiding light in such circumstances. It teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions and reactions. By doing so, we gain the strength to resist the pull of group conformity and stand firm in our values. Cultivating a strong sense of self-esteem and confidence is essential here. When you know who you are and what you stand for, you become anchored, no longer swayed by the tides of social pressure. To nurture this inner strength, practice regular self-reflection. Contemplate your values, your goals, and the reasons behind your decisions. This will not only help build confidence in your choices, but also make you less vulnerable to the opinions of others. Remember, it's not about isolating yourself from the world, but rather about staying true to yourself within the group. Recognizing when you're being influenced is another crucial skill. Sometimes the pressure is obvious, like when someone overtly encourages you to act in a certain way. Other times, it's more subtle, such as an unspoken expectation to go along with a group decision, even if you have doubts. In these moments, ask yourself, am I making this decision because I believe it's the right thing to do, or because I feel pressured to fit in? Standing your ground, especially when you're alone in your stance, requires courage, a virtue highly regarded in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, often spoke of the importance of living according to one's principles, even in the face of opposition. This could mean expressing a differing opinion in a meeting, or choosing a path that goes against the crowd but aligns with your ethical values. A healthy, supportive group will respect your authenticity, recognizing that diverse perspectives strengthen the collective. Resisting group pressure isn't about saying no to others, but rather saying yes to yourself. It's about finding the balance between connecting with others and remaining loyal to your principles. Another tactic that frequently disrupts our mental balance is excessive flattery. The desire for validation is natural, and it feels good to receive praise. But when the flattery becomes excessive, it can cloud our judgment, making us susceptible to manipulation. We may overlook hidden motives or fail to see the ulterior goals behind the sweet words. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-awareness and an objective view of our own character. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, cautioned against allowing the opinions of others to govern our emotional state. Instead, we should acknowledge our virtues and flaws with equal clarity. This balanced self-perception acts as a safeguard against flattery's subtle manipulation. When you know your worth, you can accept genuine praise without becoming overly influenced by compliments that seem disproportionate or insincere. Reflecting on your accomplishments and evaluating praise with a critical eye will help you maintain a realistic view of yourself and your achievements. When faced with excessive compliments, consider the potential motivations behind them. Is the person trying to influence your decision or seeking a favor? Having conversations with trusted friends or mentors can provide invaluable perspective. Their insights can help you differentiate between genuine praise and compliments designed to manipulate you. This external validation can be your shield, ensuring that you're not swayed by excessive flattery. Stoicism teaches us to remain unshaken not only by criticism, but also by unwarranted praise. By holding true to your values and maintaining a clear, grounded sense of self, you can navigate relationships with integrity and confidence. Isolation tactics represent another form of manipulation, one that can be especially harmful when used incrementally. By isolating you from your network of support, the manipulator can increase their control over your decisions and emotions. It's like removing the supports from a bridge, leaving you vulnerable and dependent on the very person trying to manipulate you. Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes wisdom and personal autonomy, teaches us to value strong, supportive relationships. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively on the interconnectedness of people and the importance of mutual support. Maintaining these connections is essential for our well-being. To counter isolation tactics, actively nurture your relationships. Stay in touch with family and friends, and be transparent about your experiences. This openness not only strengthens your bonds, but also acts as a safeguard against manipulation. Establishing firm personal boundaries is equally important. Be discerning about who you spend time with and how others treat you. Trust your instincts. If something feels off in a relationship, it's essential to pay attention. These feelings can be a sign that something is wrong. Stoicism encourages us to listen to our inner compass, our moral judgment, when navigating relationships. Cultivating strong, supportive networks ensures that you remain grounded and true to yourself, even in the face of attempts to isolate or manipulate you. Finally, ultimatums are a powerful form of manipulation. When someone presents you with an ultimatum, it feels as though your options are limited, pushing you to make decisions that might not be in your best interest. In such situations, take a step back, breathe deeply, and allow yourself mental space to think clearly. Stoicism values rational decision-making and self-control, urging us to assess situations with reason rather than emotion. By calmly evaluating your options, you can identify alternative paths that align with your values. This enables you to avoid reactive decisions and make choices that are proactive and in harmony with your ethical standards. Stoicism teaches us to take control of our decisions and stay aligned with our values, even when facing pressure or difficult circumstances. Rather than passively accepting the choices before us, we're encouraged to actively seek out alternative paths. When confronted with an ultimatum, the Stoic approach isn't just about picking the lesser of two evils, but about redefining the situation on your terms. It's a reminder that our peace of mind hinges on making decisions that reflect our true selves. When you face a decision, consider which option allows you to stay true to your inner values. Acting in alignment with your principles brings not just satisfaction, but integrity to your actions. It's about making choices that you can stand behind, not just reacting out of fear or external pressure. Facing ultimatums often signals a power imbalance. Whether it's in a personal relationship or professional setting, such situations reveal underlying dynamics that need addressing. Stoicism teaches us to recognize these patterns and, when possible, avoid them in the future. By fostering autonomy and maintaining healthy boundaries, you can create a more balanced and empowering environment for yourself and others. When confronted with pressure, the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance guide us. These virtues empower us to act from a place of strength, not compulsion, ensuring our decisions reflect the best version of ourselves. Another toxic tactic people often use is blame shifting, where responsibility is manipulated onto you, making you feel unjustly guilty. It can leave you questioning your own actions, even when you know you're not at fault. This emotional disorientation is akin to being blamed for a storm you didn't cause. Stoicism reminds us to separate what is within our control from what is not. Your actions, intentions, and responses are the only things you have the power to manage. In dealing with blame shifting, begin by grounding yourself in the facts. Assess the situation with clarity and objectivity. What was your role, if any? Distinguishing emotions from facts helps you understand whether the blame is warranted. Communicate assertively, without getting defensive. If someone accuses you of something you didn't do, calmly explain what occurred and steer the conversation back to the facts. By practicing this Stoic detachment, you can preserve your peace and avoid being swept up in manipulation. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, often spoke about the importance of remaining undisturbed by the judgments of others. By nurturing an inner fortress, a mental space where your values and sense of self are protected, you can maintain a strong foundation in the face of blame and accusation. Regular reflection and honest self-assessment also fortify you against these manipulative tactics, ensuring you remain confident in your integrity. Another challenge we often face in today's world is information overload. In a time when data floods us from all directions, it can be overwhelming to determine what truly matters. Information can become noise, making decision-making feel like navigating a labyrinth of conflicting facts. Stoicism teaches us the art of focus and the discipline of choosing what enters our minds. Simplifying complex issues, breaking them down, and focusing on the essential helps us regain control. By identifying the core information that directly impacts your decisions, you can cut through the clutter. Ask yourself, what is the source of this information? What's its relevance to your current situation? This process helps you discern what's important from what's just distractions. Focus on what adds value and disregard what doesn't. Epicurus, another Stoic philosopher, emphasized controlling what enters our minds. In the case of information overload, this means taking steps to limit the influx of data. Set boundaries for how much information you consume, choose reliable sources, and avoid getting lost in the noise. By staying disciplined in your approach to information, you preserve your mental energy and can make decisions with clarity and purpose. When we feel like conversations are shifting away from their purpose, it's crucial to steer them back on track. Topic shifting can derail meaningful dialogue, leading to confusion and frustration. Stoicism teaches us the importance of clear, purposeful communication. In conversations, focus on the main goal. If someone veers off topic, gently redirect them to the central issue. For instance, if a discussion about work tasks shifts to office politics, you might say, "That's an interesting point, but let's focus on the immediate issue. We can address that later." This helps keep the conversation focused and productive, ensuring that the core issues are addressed. Additionally, ask questions that help clarify relevance. Politely inquire, "How does this relate to our current discussion?" This isn't just about steering the conversation, but encouraging introspection from the other person, prompting them to reconsider if the shift is necessary. Stoicism encourages self-examination and openness in communication. A steady and calm demeanor, along with clear articulation of your thoughts, will help keep the dialogue focused on what matters. This approach fosters productive and honest exchanges, strengthening relationships and resolving conflicts more effectively. As we conclude this exploration of Stoic wisdom, remember, the clarity and tranquility we seek in life don't come solely from the answers we find, but from the questions we dare to ask. Continue to deepen your understanding of yourself and the world around you, and approach each challenge with the strength of Stoic philosophy.